Hey, what's going on, guys? We have this question right here. It's asking given equation of the horizontal, give or equation of the horizontal asymptote and vertical asymptote of the following curve. So the question is horizontal asymptote and vertical asymptote. Let's first find the horizontal asymptote. So first of all, we have to understand what is horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote is when x approaches infinity. What is the y value? So to find that, I had to use the limit. Limit when x approaches infinity. So let's find the positive infinity first. Positive infinity. What is the y value? So in this case, I copy this equation down. It's going to be 2e power 2x plus e minus 2x, 2e 2x minus 3e power minus 2x. So whenever we have a limit that's approaching infinity, for the first thing we have to do is we have to divide the variable these variables with highest power. So in this case, we have the highest power as e power 2x, so we have to divide everything by e power 2x. So let's do this. Limit x approaches positive infinity to e power 2x divided by e power 2x plus e minus 2x divided by e power 2x. In the bottom, 2e power 2x divided by e power 2x minus 3e minus 2x divided by e power 2x. And now we can cancel e power 2x each other. It's going to be e power 2x, e power 2x cancel on the top, e power 2x, e power 2x cancel on the bottom. It's going to be limit x approaches positive infinity. We are going to have 2 plus, if you see this is e minus 2x, then in the bottom we have e power 2x. We can bring this one down and put it together. So it's going to be 1 over e power 4x. Then we have in the bottom we have 2 minus 3 e power minus 2x. We can do the same thing here. We can bring this e power minus 2x in the bottom and write it as e power 4x. So we have almost simplified this one. Now let's apply this infinity, and if I apply infinity, what I will get is limit x approaches positive infinity to plus 1 over, so for e power, if you multiply 4 by infinity, it's going to be infinity, and e power infinity is going to be infinity itself, so it's going to be infinity divided by infinity, right? Infinity, then 2 minus 1 over infinity is going to become limit x. We don't have to, we shouldn't write this one here because we are substituting this already. So it's going to be equal to 2 plus 0 over 2 minus 0. Now what's going to happen is 2 divide each other is going to become 1. That's my horizontal asymptote, equal to 1. So this is for positive infinity. So what happens if I substitute negative infinity for this equation? So if you see, so if I substitute negative infinity, this will become 0, and 1 over 0 is infinity, 2 plus infinity is the biggest number, 2 minus infinity is the subtracting biggest number, therefore it's becoming infinity. So we have to find another way to do that with negative infinity. So therefore what I'm going to do is let's copy this one down. I bring this one here. Limit x approaches negative infinity, 2 plus 1 over e power 4x over 2 minus 3 e power 4x. In this case, what I can do is I can take the e power 2x as e power 4x as a common denominator, and if I take that, let's see what happens. Limit x approaches negative infinity. So if I take that one as common denominator, I will get 2 e power 4x plus 1 over e power 4x, 2 minus 2 e power 4x minus 3 over e power 4x. Now what's gonna happen is e power 4x, e power 4x cancel each other. Now if I substitute this negative infinity for the x value, what's gonna happen is, so if I'm substituting, so when I substitute 2 e power negative infinity, so if you see negative infinity is e power negative infinity is 0. That's the general thing we have to know. E power negative infinity is equal to 0. In this case it's going to be negative infinity, therefore it's going to become 0. So I can write it as 0 plus 1. Then this is also same thing, e power negative infinity is going to become 0, 0 minus 3, therefore the final answer is going to be 1 over minus 3. So this is when x approaches negative infinity. Therefore the horizontal asymptotes are, the first one is y is equal to 1, the second one is y is equal to 1 over minus 3. So these are the minus 1 over 3. So these are the two answers we have found here. So let's see now how we can find the vertical asymptote. Since I don't have enough space, I erase everything. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now we have enough space to do this question. So, okay, so the question is vertical asymptote. So to find the vertical asymptote, we have to make the denominator equal to 0. So it's going to be 2 e power 2x minus 3 e power minus 2x equal to 0. Then what I can do is I can write this one as 2 e power 2x minus 3 over e power 2x. That's what it means. E power minus 2x means 1 over 2x e power 2x. So it's going to be 3 over e power 2x equal to 0. Now I can take this e power 2x common denominator. If I take this, I have to multiply this one by e power 2x, it will become e power 4x. Therefore 2 e power 4x minus 3 over e power 2x equal to 0. If I bring this e power 2x to the other side, it's going to multiply by 0 and it becomes 0. So therefore we can get rid of the bottom and now we can deal with the top. So it's going to be 2 e power 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then 2 e power 4x is going to be equal to 3. Then e power 4x is going to be equal to 3 by 2. Our purpose is to find the x value. Since we have e power 4x equal to 3 by 2, what we can do is we can take ln in the both side to get rid of this e. So let's see, ln e power 4x is equal to 3 by 2. Ln and e cancels each other. Therefore the answer is going to become 4x is equal to 3 by 2. Then x is going to be equal to, and don't forget guys, we are taking ln in both sides, right? So ln in both sides is going to be ln 3 by 2. 3 by 2, since we have 4x, then this is going to be ln 3 by 2. X is equal to 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2. Then that's the x answer. So we have to make sure whether it is true. So this is, we found this is to be vertical asymptote. To prove whether it is true, we have to substitute in this equation and see what will happen if we do substitute this value. So the thing we have to get, when x approaches this value, y should be infinity. That's the general definition for vertical asymptote. When x in the particular number, with y is infinity. That's what vertical asymptote means. So first of all, we have this equation. I copy this equation down. 2e power 2x plus e minus 2x over 2e 2x minus 3 e minus 2x. So when limit approaches 1 over 4, limit x approaches 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2. So let's before we solve this one, let's simplify this equation. So if I simplify this one, I will get, so first thing I can do is I can write it as limit x approaches 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2 is 2 e power 2x plus 1 over e power 2x, 2 e power 2x minus 3 over e power 2x. Now if I take e power 2x common, it's going to be limit x approaches 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2, 2 e power 2x plus e power 4x plus 1 over e power 2x, 2 e power 4x minus 3 over e power 4 e power 2x, e power 2x, e power 2x cancel each other. Then I'm getting limit x approaches 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2, 2 e power 4x plus 1 over 2 e power 4x minus 3. Now I can substitute this value right here. So if I substitute it, let's see what happens. So if I substitute 2 e power 4 times 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2 plus 1 over 2 e power 4 times 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2 minus 3. Since we have 4 cancels each other, in the bottom also same thing, e and ln cancel each other, e and ln cancel each other bottom as well. Then we will get 2 times 3 by 2 plus 1, 2 times 3 by 2 minus 3. This is going to become 6 by 2, it's going to become 3, 3 plus 4, so 4 over 2, 2 cancels each other, 3 minus 3 is 0. So 4 divided by 0 is going to be an infinity, that's what we want. Since we are getting infinity, it means this is the vertical asymptote we are expecting. Therefore, I can say vertical asymptote is equal to x is equal 1 over 4 ln 3 by 2. So this is the final answer. We have found our horizontal asymptotes, we have found our vertical asymptotes. We are done with this question. I hope you guys like this video. See you next time.